All right. So first of all, thank you everyone for joining the demo session. So we will be going through, I'll be your tutor for the CPI session. And so in this today's session, I'll give you an overview what exactly we are going to see. So we will be seeing what exactly the CPI is and how we will be using the CPI to integrate the application, what are all the capabilities, how it is different from other middlewares, and what is the difference between the on-premise version and the cloud version, that is PIPO and CPI. And we will see a few other details. So let's quickly start with the session without any delay. So let us see what exactly the CPI is, SAP CPI is. So SAP CPI is a middleware tool basically used to integrate one application with the other application. Okay, so let us take a real-time example about the middleware systems. Okay, so if you take an Uber, so what exactly the Uber will do, if person wants to travel from one location to other location, so what he will do, he will just book a Uber so that a person will take him from one location to another location. So in a similar way, if you want to deliver a parcel from one place to another place, so what you will do, you will either post it or you will use any other middleware tools like Blue Dart or whatever it may be. So what they will do, the TDC will pick the courier from one place and it will deliver to another place from Hyderabad to Bangalore. What they will do, they'll pick it from point A and they will drop at point B. Just like this, CPI is also a middleware tool which will carry the data from one application to another application. Okay, so it can integrate any application with any application, like point to point. Either it can be on premise or it can be cloud or it can be anything. So I'll just take a simple example. Okay, so like everyone would have already know, the Salesforce is one of the application, right? The organization will maintain their account details, their sales related information, any kind of information. They'll be making a use of the CRM tool called as Salesforce. So in just previous class, I have explained the Salesforce integration. That's the reason I'm taking this. Okay. So if I open this, okay. So here, if you see, this is one of the application called as Salesforce. Okay. So here, what I have Infosys information, I have TCS information, I have Bajaj, JK Cement, and many other informations here. Okay. So just assume if I want to take the information of the Infosys. So this is account of the Infosys. So this information needs to be sent from one application to another application. Like you have would have already heard about Workday, right? So Workday is one of the applications. Okay, so this is a Workday application where you have the HR, finance, all the related information. So if I want to if I want to send the information of this application to this application, so who will send this information? SAP CPA is a middleware tool which will carry the information from one application to another application. This is the whole purpose of the middleware tools. It may be either CPI, it may be Delbumi, it may be Azure, or it may be any other middleware tool. Okay, the purpose of the middleware tool is to carry the data from one place to another place. So CPI will also do the same thing. It will carry the application data from one application to the receiver application. Okay, so it can either be either on-premise system, cloud system, or it can be SAP system, non-SAP system. So I have shown the Salesforce, right? Salesforce is not a SAP application, it is different application. So if you see this diagram here, here I have the SAP applications, here I have the non-SAP applications. Okay, so SAP applications, in the sense, what is SAP applications? I have SuccessFactors, Concur, okay, CPI, S4 HANA. These are all the SAP applications. So if we speak about non-SAP applications, just now we have seen Workday, Salesforce. These are all the non-SAP applications, right? So if I want to send the data from this SuccessFactor applications to this Workday application, so who will send it? CPI is the middleware tool which will be used to send the data from one application to another application. Okay, so this is the whole purpose of the CPI on a nutshell. So I'll just take a pause. If someone has any questions on the introduction, you can ask your questions.
You have told about Concur, right? What is Concur?
So Concur is an expenses tool. So if someone is already working in any IT organization, so what exactly the Concur is? let us take a scenario, Prasad. You have joined some organization. Okay, you have joined the
Okay.
TCS organization. So when you
Okay.
join the TCS organization, they will give you a credit card. Okay, TCS oriented credit card. So on that
Okay.
company credit card, what you will do if you want to travel abroad? So what you will do, you will not spend anything from your pocket. So you will take the company credit card and you will swipe it for the ticket. You will swipe it at some airport cab, and you will swipe it at some what we call, if you are staying in some hotel, you will swipe it there to pay the bills, and you will swipe it everywhere with that credit card only. So where
Okay.
this expenses will be sent, this expenses will be sent to a tool called as Concur. So in that tool they will record all your transactions, and they will send it to some HR team to pay the bills to the concerned parties. So Concur is an application basically which will capture all your expenses which you are making while you are traveling. Okay, or if you are going on a team dinner, you will pay with that credit card. So all details will be sent to the Concur application. In that Concur application, they will maintain all the details. At the end of the month, what they will do, they will send the data from Concur application to some other HR application. The HR will be updating all the details, and they will pay the bills for you because you are traveling for the company purpose. So that is their responsibility, right? So in a similar way, if a person has joined some organization, so SuccessFactor will have all the employee related data. On the month end, they need to pay the salary rate. So from the SuccessFactor, the information will be sent to some other application. So how this will be sent? Using some middleware tool. So CPI is one of the tool which will be sending the data from one application to another application. Okay, is it fine?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions on the introduction? Anyone? Okay, I'll take it as no and I'll move
Yeah,
forward.
sure. One question.
Yeah, Mukesh.
Yeah, which type of the data we are sending to that sender system to that receiver? I mean, uh, as per
So,
the client requirement basis, or to that any is there any negotiable to that our end?
so definitely it will be as per the functional client requirement only. Okay, data can be of any format. It can be a plain text, it can be XML, it can be JSON, or it can be YAML. It can be of any format. Okay,
Yeah, I
so
mean the thing is the CPI knows only to that the XML language only.
no, CPI will accept XML,
So
JSON, CSV, all languages.
yeah,
But the
I mean
issue is, mhm,
they we are using to that converters. On that
yes,
time, it will be applicable to the JSON to that XML.
correct,
Mainly, the CPI will be applicable to that XML.
correct.
Yep.
CPI will accept all the languages, but if you want to convert it, okay, so if you are having a requirement where the sender is sending JSON and receiver is expecting JSON format, that is fine. CPI will accept it, CPI will send it.
Yep.
But
Yep.
the issue comes is when CPI is getting the JSON and receiver is expecting the XML format, then definitely you need to convert it. If you want to use the message mapping, some other palettes, definitely you need to use the conversions.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. My end is fine, Marsha. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, let's move forward to the next slide. So this is about what exactly the CPI is, an introduction. So what exactly CPI does to interact with one system to another system. Okay, so like it is an middleware to get the data and post the data, just like a postman, right? So let us see, just like how everyone is migrating from on-premise system to cloud system in a similar way. So since past few years, what SAP is doing is they are migrating from SAP PIPO to CPI. So SAP PIPO is an on-premise version of integration in SAP. CPI is a cloud version. Okay. So previously, when everyone was using on-premise version, SAP has introduced a middleware tool called as SAP PIPO. Okay, as everyone is migrating from on-premise system to cloud system, CPI also is doing, sorry, SAP also has done the same thing. They have migrated from SAP PIPO to CPI. So let us see why we are migrating from SAP PIPO to CPI. So we have few things here why we are migrating from SAP PIPO to CPI. So SAP PIPO, as we already said, is an on-premise system. Okay, CPI is a cloud system. Just like any other differences, this PIPO CPI also has the primary important difference is expenditure. Okay, so if you are working with any on-premise system, you need to take care of the infrastructure. Okay, so if you want to set up the complete thing in a physical, then you need a space, you need a servers, you need a security, you need an infrastructure. So many things are correlated with the physical network. Okay, so that's the reason if you migrate to CPI, no need to concentrate on infrastructure. Okay, no need to concentrate on cost, no need to concentrate on security, because everything will be bared by the cloud provider only. What you need to do, you need to just pay for the services which you are utilizing. If you are utilizing only two services, then you will pay only for the two services. Just like how you use the Netflix, right? So Netflix has many categories. They have 200 pack, they have 500 pack, they have 1000 pack. So if you want to utilize the service of the high quality, you will pay 1000 rupees. If you want to utilize low quality, you will pay 500 rupees. If you want very low basic plan, you will go with 200. In a similar way, if CPA, what they will do, they will provide many services. So if you want all the services, you will take it, or else you will take the less services. So that's the reason everyone is migrating from PIPO to CPA. And next difference is SAP PIPO is very complex. Like if some layman, okay, if a person doesn't has any IT knowledge, if he wants to understand PIPO, it is very difficult for them to understand, because in PIPO we have ID, we have ESR, we have many things. We need to correlate everything, okay, and we need to build the complex integration. But if you see the CPA structure is very simple. Okay, I'll just open here. So if you see it here, I just shown this to some other people. So if you, as a non-IT, I mean, if someone is from non-IT, if someone is from other background, okay, like if someone is from non-middleware background, if someone is from complete any other background, okay. So if you see this diagram here, this is sender system, this is receiver system, and this is the middleware CPA. So what you are able to understand, sender is sending the data, we are manipulating something, and we are sending to the receiver. So you can understand it, right? So in a similar way, a layman can also understand that this is the sender system, this is the receiver system, and we are doing some manipulation as per requirement, and we are sending to receiver system. Okay, so in this way, CPI is very simple compared to UI. Okay, user interface is also very simpler compared to the PIPO. And third important thing is PIPO is a mature platform. There is no doubt in that, but we don't have much features in the PIPO. But if you go with CPI, we have many features like API management, event mesh, and we have many other features compared to the PIPO. And last but not least, other important thing is in PIPO we don't have the predefined content, but in CPI we have the predefined content. So what I mean by predefined content is, if you have a requirement, okay, where you have to integrate one system to another system, in CPI you have an option to reuse the artifacts. So SAP has already created the structure for you. What you need to do is you just need to import it and reutilize it. Okay, here we have an option called as discover tab. Okay, don't worry about all these options. I'm just trying to show you the features which CPI has compared to the PIPO. So if I keep workday, okay, so here what I have SAP integration with workday. Okay, here if I open this, I have a ready-made content available here. Okay, I have the ready-made content available here. So what I need to do, I just need to download this. Okay, if I click on this copy option, this entire thing will be copied locally to my local system. Okay, package copied. Now what I can do, this is my local. Okay, so what is the thing? This is the thing I have copied just now. So here I can go. Okay, this one I can just modify as per my requirement. Okay, here just click on this configure option, just give the configuration which you required. Here you can change anything. So here they have kept some mail ID. I can just kept it as, I can just keep it here as Harsha D. Okay, and 2 I can change it to Akshay K. and I can modify the subject, I can modify the authentication details, I can modify the credentials, and these are all the things I can modify, and I can directly save it, and I can reutilize this. So this is the beauty of the CPI. For some standard applications, CPI has already created the default structure and they have already provided this to you. You just need to configure, you just need to plug and play. Okay, you just need to modify the details and you need to play with the integration. No need to build it from the scratch. But in PIPO you don't have all this predefined content. Okay, so this is what making PIPO and CPI different. So everyone is migrating from PIPO to CPI. And the other important thing is, like, SAP is existing since so many years, right? So since so many years, so many partners are already associated with PIPO. So what SAP is offering, migrate everything from PIPO to CPI. So that's the reason the people who are with SAP PIPO are migrating from PIPO to CPI. So it would be easy for them to compare to going to other middlewares. Okay, that's the reason everyone is migrating from SAP PIPO to CPI, the on-premise version to cloud version, right? And if we see the high-level message flow of CPI, how the message will come and how the message will flow. So this is the high-level diagram. Okay, so here this is my source in the sense sender system. Okay, this is my target in the sense receiver system. So how the message will come? The message will come to CPI. So what we are doing from the source system, connectivity from source system to CPI tenant. It will pull, CPI will pull, fetch, read files from the sender system. And what it will do, it will validate, transform, extract. It will do all the manipulations which are required, and it will send it to the receiver system. What CPI will do to the receiver system? It will post, write, push the data to the target system. Okay, as per the target required format. So sometimes sender will send the different format and target will accept a different format. So CPI needs to manipulate the sender format as per the receiver expected format and need to send it to the receiver system. So this is like a high level diagram. Okay, so what you get it out, what is outbound and what is inbound, right? So if SAP system is sending it, we call it as the outbound. If SAP system is receiving it, we call it as the inbound flow. So this is like a high level diagram. How does a message flow from sender system to receiver system through the CPI? Okay. And if we move forward, this is like a environments we have in a CPI. Basically, in a CPI, we have the development environment, quality environment, and production environment. Okay. In development, we do all the development activities. And once the development is done, we move objects from development to quality. In the quality, the testing will be done by the functional, and if it is done, like everything is okay, we move objects from quality to production. So this is how the life cycle will be changed from development to quality and quality to production. Once in production it is done, we give this to the operations team for the support. Okay, now let us see the capabilities of CPI, what exactly the CPI is capable of doing. So as of now, we have seen about the cloud integration capabilities. Okay. So what is cloud integration capability? Just like a normal picking the message from the sender system and sending it to the receiver system. So if we see the scroll down, if you scroll down and see the other capability, we have API management. So what exactly the API management is, in order to give the simple terms. Okay. So like we have discussed this with the Uber example, right? So if you have a normal scenario, like if you want to send some normal item, okay, if you want to send some mobile charger from sender to receiver, what you will do, you will directly hand over the charger to the Uber person, right? So you will not take any security measures. But if you want to hand over a gold chain, okay, or else a brand new iPhone, so will you directly give that to the Uber person? No, right? Because you are not sure whether he will take it, he will uh, left it in between, or he will definitely hand over to the receiver system or not. So what you will do, you will neatly pack that iPhone or gold chain in some pack so that the middle person doesn't have any idea what exactly you are sending it to the receiver person, right? In a similar way, if you have a normal integration, okay, if you have a normal data, then you will directly send it to the receiver. If you have any sensitive information, okay, like if you have the integrations for the government projects, okay, for the banking system or any confidential data that needs to be sent, So what you will do, you will make a use of API management in between. So the sender will not directly send to CPI. There will be a layer called as API management where the IP whitelisting, a proxy kind of thing. So cloud integration details will be not directly given to the sender system. API management will create a security layer between sender system and the CPI system. All the proxy details will be provided to the sender system. So sender system will send the data, all things will be validated and it will be sent to the CPI, and CPI will send it to the receiver system. Okay, this is how the API management will work. And we have event mesh. So what exactly event mesh is? Here in the regular scenarios, what you are trying to do, you are trying to send it to the receiver system. If receiver system is not accepting the message, what will happen? The whole integration will fail, right? But if you use the event mesh, what will happen is you will send the data to a topic in a queue. So here the message will be sitting in a queue. When the receiver system is ready, they will come and pick it from this queue. The iFlow will not fail. I mean, CPI or nothing will happen. So everything is independent here. The sender system, receiver system, everything is independent here. You want to post the message, you will post it to this queue. Whenever receiver system is up and running, they will come and pick the data. And the other important thing is with single click, you can post the message to thousands of queue at the same time, just like your YouTube, right? So on Friday night in Amazon Prime, so if they release the movie, every person who has a subscription will be able to watch the movie at the same time, right? In a similar way, if sender system wants to send the single message to thousands of receivers at the same time, what they will do? They will put it in this queue. Okay, who are subscribed to this queue will receive the message at the same time. Sender will send only a single message, but it will be sent to multiple queues. So in that multiple queues, who are subscribed will be able to see that message. Who are not subscribed, they will be not able to see these messages. Okay, this is how the event mesh will work in a real time. So in our course, we'll be able to see what exactly CPI is, what exactly event mesh is, what exactly the API management is. And we have the connectors. So in this course content, we will be discussing about these connectors. For SAP, we'll see OData, SOAP, and IDOC. For file-based, we see SFTP and FTP. For web services, we see SOAP, HTTP, REST. For mail, we have a mail adapter. And OData, we have the OData connector adapter. And for storage, we will be seeing the Azure Blob Storage. And we see advanced event mesh, we see JMS, we see data store, and few other things I forgot to mention. Like we will be seeing Salesforce integration, and we will be seeing the SuccessFactors as well. So these are all the things which we'll be seeing in our course content. All right, I'll just take a pause. Someone has any questions? So
Like you have mentioned, I mean, you told about that discovery, right? You have copied and you have seen that configure something in the third tab, I think.
right.
Mm, like you said, right? In configure, we can give the details. I mean, address, and you have
Correct.
given some details, right?